Are you ready to ditch public transport like Uber and Lyft or getting a ride from your buddy and buy your first car? This video will teach you everything you need to know about educating yourself, finance strategies, and how to get the best deal as a first-time buyer.
Buying your first car in 2025 is different than ever before. With the rise of EVs and changing insurance costs and various finance options, are you prepared to handle it in today's car buying landscape? We are back.
New episode.
It's the newest episode of Vehicles of the Valley.
Who's this weirdo with us?
Yeah, I know, right? This guy we just found on the street. What's your name?
My name's Cameron Hutterly. I'm one of the assistant sales managers.
That's
here.
right. Cameron's doing a great job. Cameron has been an assistant manager for how long?
A year and 8 months.
And how long were you with us before that?
A year and 3 months.
Awesome. So just
lot of
over a year
years.
selling cars. Then you got into management pretty quick. You've been in management over a year now.
Mm-hmm.
And you started just out of high school?
Fresh out of high
Fresh
school.
out of high school?
Yeah.
Me too. It's just been a long time. So the reason we brought Cameron on is because it's been a minute since I was fresh out of high school. Probably a good minute for you too.
A long time.
Maybe a minute and a half.
Real long. It's been a long time.
I mean, you're a good-looking fella,
Thanks.
but you've got some miles on you.
I appreciate that. Yeah, TMU for all my car guys out there. Total miles unknown.
True mileage unknown. But whatever, same thing.
That's what I meant to say. Just total. For me, it's total. But when you refer to a human, you're right. I'm sorry. I messed that up.
Anyway, so what we're talking about today is how to buy your first car and what to expect. Yeah, that's kind of a thing. And it could be pretty intimidating, pretty scary. Cameron's probably the most recent of the three of us to buy his first car.
Oh, yeah.
So we're going to get his opinion on how it went. Where did you buy your first car anyway? Was it private party or from a dealer?
Where did you buy your first car? Please tell the world.
So, when I first started sales, I was a really hard worker, so I went and bought my first car, and everyone told me to buy it at Marquia. For some reason, I didn't
Before
listen.
you were selling?
No, I bought my first car at
While you were selling?
Yeah,
Oh,
while I
didn't
was
know that.
selling.
Yeah.
So,
Interesting.
Yeah.
So you were in the business.
Yes.
Ish.
Ish.
You were a little wet behind the
Super
ears.
green.
Super wet.
Yeah.
Had no idea how to read a room nor read a good idea when it was.
So how
That
many
is
months were
100%
you in the business before you bought your first car?
2 months.
Okay, so is it safe to say 2 months in the business, you still had no idea what you were doing?
No clue.
I was so green, it's insane. Like
Yeah.
I was just going around doing what I was told, and when I messed up, that's when I fixed it. But
It takes a while,
Oh,
right?
yeah.
I mean, most people don't realize, how much you have to learn as a salesperson to coach people through the process.
Yeah, for
So
sure.
that's a good example. So
Oh,
you
yeah.
had probably worked with a couple hundred car deals over the course of those few months and still didn't have the best idea of how to go about it yourself.
And I'm still learning.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
No, that's cool.
It never ends.
Literally.
So carry on. Where did you get your car?
Yeah, how'd it go? Please. So
So-
you're working at Marquia,
Yeah.
the place that you now work at that is giving you the future that you so desired. But go ahead, continue. What'd you do?
I was working at Marquia, and I wanted to, live on the wild side a little bit and get a little coupe car.
Uh-huh.
And I found one at a place called Wright Toyota.
Do you going to bleep that out?
Yeah, you're going to need to bleep that out.
Okay.
We
Yeah.
don't mention other
A
car
dealer
companies.
unknown.
A dealer
Okay,
unknown.
a local
A local
unknown car dealer.
Yes.
Okay, fair enough.
Yes.
A local unknown car dealer. And
Unsaid, unknown,
Unsaid unknown.
Whatever.
We do not speak his name.
that is correct.
Voldemort.
Yeah, that is-
Voldemort. We said it. You both said it. We both said it.
Carry on.
But yeah, I strolled on in there, and I swear to God, I got first pencil flopped.
So, did you tell them that you were in the business, or did you keep that to yourself?
No, I told them that I was in the business.
And
I
you
was
said, I'm
super open
green,
about it.
and they were like, oh,
Yeah,
we got him.
pretty much.
I've been selling cars
Now,
for 2 months.
but
I
was
know
it a
what I'm
good
doing.
experience?
It actually, looking back at it, I don't have any complaints.
Good.
Did I get taken advantage of a little bit because I didn't know what I was doing? Yeah.
Okay.
But, while I was doing the sale and everything like that, it was solid. It was very, very
So,
solid.
what do you think you wish you would have known going into it? Like, what knowledge, would have helped you, maybe perceive that you got a better deal or get a better deal, however you want to look at it, or, just be better prepared as a first-time buyer?
So when it comes to being a first-time buyer, that's a really, really getting a better deal in that standpoint, super subjective. You know what I mean? Even when people are, buying their 50th car, it honestly depends on if you believe it's a good deal. That's really what it comes to, and how you get taken care of.
What would you have done different?
I wouldn't.
Is what he asked.
I would have taken 5 minutes and maybe thought to myself on if this is the car that I wanted, because as Josh Spencer probably remembers, the day after.
No. Everyone remembers.
Yeah, everyone remembers the day after I tried to take the car back, and that did not work out very well.
Oh, that's right. I actually forgot about that.
Yeah, he tried to give the car back.
That's right.
And then unknown
because it had some issues, right?
Yeah.
Or because it was too much money, or was it combo of both?
Issues,
it was serious issues. It was too much money.
So just kind of buyer's remorse.
Big time.
Okay. And remind me, did they end up taking it back, or did they just help you out, or what happened?
No, they didn't take it back. I went through this long process with them. I even went down there. And that's when my experience got a little choppy. You know what I mean? But I get it. You know what I mean? I purchased a vehicle.
Yeah.
I signed on the dotted line. I tried to get out of it, and obviously that's not really how that works.
Did they offer to exchange you into something less expensive to meet your budget or anything?
Not at all.
It was just you owned it, see you later?
That's right.
Did they help you out with any of the mechanical issues?
No.
Nothing?
No, nothing at all.
So not a terrible experience up front, but then after the sale wasn't great.
Yeah.
But again, it was an adult decision.
Oh, yeah. Big time.
So that's actually good. So I actually forgot about that, but I'm glad we brought you in here for that, because that's a good point. So I guess the first thing you need to understand is there is no such thing as a cooling off period. When
doesn't exist.
At least not in the state of Arizona. Other states,
right.
If you're watching from their state, maybe there is. But when you sign, you own the car. Now, there's a lot of dealerships that will offer you some kind of exchange policy, return policy. Like, we offer a 3-day, 300-mile guarantee. So if the car is too small, too big, can't afford it, whatever, we're totally cool with you getting into something, that better fits your wants and needs. But a lot of people don't offer those things. So you need to be aware that there's not always, a grace period to make a different decision.
You got to make sure this is the right car. Especially for first time buyers. You also got to make sure that most of the time you need money to bring to the table. You can't just waltz into a dealership and think that you're gonna get a $30,000 car, no money down, and have a $400 payment.
Why not?
Being educated is pretty important.
It's super important.
Yeah.
I can't stress it enough.
I would say that's actually the hardest part from a dealer's perspective. Would you agree?
Yeah.
And you probably would agree at this point, right? When the first-time buyer comes in, the expectations are always very unrealistic. Yeah. It's usually a car that I shouldn't get. It's not practical. It's some kind of sports car, just something that makes you feel cool, and it's out of warranty. Yeah, it's out of warranty. Can't afford it, but they're so hyper focused on it. And it is what it is. Like, again, if that's what you want to do. But I agree. Education is important. You need to, go do some payment calculators online. Know what you can afford. Know how interest rates work. Know how loans work.
That you bring up a good point, and that's kind of the deal, and that's part of the reason why we do these episodes, is so that people at home who have no idea how to do those things have resources to access. What is a loan calculator? Where can you find it? Google, right? What should I be paying for, an interest rate as a first-time buyer? Well, let's do some research in local credit unions.
Yep.
There's all sorts of different tools out there available to consumers that I would say the vast majority of people do not take advantage of. Almost never. And they come in
agree.
And they're like, I don't understand. I have $1,000. I want to pay $500 a month. Why can't I buy that $50,000 Camaro?
That's a good point. We would rather you do all that research beforehand. I mean, if you 100%. Came in saying, I've already got my, loan figured out with my credit union, so, you can match it or beat it, or here it is, or, I already have an idea of what I can afford. I mean, that would save us so much time, and that would alleviate what people perceive as negotiation.
Right.
We're a one-price store. We don't negotiate, but sometimes people perceive it as negotiation. We spend, an hour going back and forth just trying to help you understand that you can't afford the car that you're trying to buy, or why you should pay for the car that you want to buy, but, the price doesn't change, rates don't change, and the back and forth game is really just to try to educate you and use, other tools to help find a car that does meet your wants and needs.
And on top of that too, especially all of our clients, especially people that come in with unrealistic expectations, always talk about how long the process is.
Yeah, great point.
You know what I mean?
The process could be what?
Cut in
Cut
half.
in half.
I mean,
least.
easy.
Yeah.
I think you could absolutely come in and buy a car in under an hour if you did some research first.
Know exactly what you
100%.
want and do it.
And that's okay.
properly.
You know, we're happy to help you do some of that research. We're not saying you got to do it all by yourself. Some of it's intimidating, and you want somebody to hold your hand and kind of walk you through it and coach you through it. I get it. That's why some of these online companies are a little scary. You know, the big, you know, like CarMax and Carvana's of the world, where you just do it all online and just hope for the best. There's been some bad experiences there too.
For sure. What do you guys say? Like, I'm sitting here thinking to myself, there's a first-time buyer and then there's a first-time buyer, right? What do you want to say to that person that's got a great credit score because of one credit card, or maybe some school loans and a credit card, who looks at you and says, but wait a minute, I'm a 780.
That's a great one.
That is exactly what happened to me. So when I was about to buy, I got a Subaru BRZ from that unknown location.
Would you not mention their name?
That's correct. I went to the desk first
Voldemort.
to see what my credit was, and I was like a 760. I had one
Flex.
secured, discovered credit card.
But you thought you were bulletproof.
I thought I was a beacon. I thought I was best credit in the world.
A beacon?
Yeah. 800 credit score.
a beacon of hope, of good credit.
But no, that was the opposite.
God bless you.
Yeah,
No, yeah,
no, that's a good point, because what people need to realize is credit score isn't everything.
Mm-hmm.
You know, a bank looks at your risk, and if you've never had a car loan before, or a home, or, you know, some other installment loans, or, you know, any other kind of consumer debt, you haven't actually proved yourself to these institutions yet that you can pay your bills. All you have is, we call it a fake 700, right?
That's correct.
Yep.
It's a fake credit score because you have a couple things. And yeah, that could help you get a little bit better of a rate, but it doesn't mean that you're instantly qualified for the same low rate that you could get now with multiple paid off car loans and a house.
Right.
And you know, you've proven yourself to these institutions over time.
That's right.
Which is another, we've hinted this before in other episodes. We've told people, listen, you want to get your credit up to a point where you can buy a car, go ahead and take the necessary steps to get some trade lines.
Yeah.
Get yourself a secured credit card or a regular credit card. Never carry a balance. Go get yourself some small installment loans.
Yeah.
Whatever that looks like, so that when you end up at Mark Auto Group's door and you're like, hey, I want to buy this brand new awesome car, this is what I think I should be. I could say, hey, absolutely, I see where you're at. I see that you have a history. Let's rock and roll. It's important that people spend more time researching what it takes to be a sound buyer in today's market. A full,
Right.
complete, no nonsense buyer. The score isn't everything. One credit card isn't everything. You got to be versatile.
But most importantly, for all my younger generation out there, you really got to make sure, especially when you're brand new getting your first credit card, you can't mess up. You cannot mess up, because especially you're so green. You know what I mean? Even when you get your first auto loan, when that does come, you cannot mess it up, okay? Because that's going to stay on your credit for a very, very long period of time. Was it 5 years or something like that?
7 to 10, depending on what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you mess yours up?
No, thankfully.
It doesn't mean you can't fix it. Matter of
is
fact,
correct.
we're going to have an episode really soon on how to repair your credit.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's not nearly as hard as people think, but that's a great point. So I guess if we could recap for first-time buyers, the moral of the story is just do some research.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know, you can go to kellybluebook.com and see what your trade's worth. You can go to your local bank to get an idea of what kind of rates you should qualify for. And yeah, if the dealer can beat it, great, save some more money, but at least you know where your baseline is. Know what you can afford, right? Google car payment calculator, or go to our website. We have calculators all over the
we have
place.
them all over our website.
And it can really give you an idea of what cars cost. You know, you got to factor in tax title license and things like that. And, you know, live within your means. Make sure it's something you can actually afford, you're going to be comfortable with. A big thing for first-time buyers is call and check insurance on it first. Sometimes insurance is more...
That's a big one.
That's a huge
We forgot about
more of a monthly cost than your car payment.
Yeah, mine's $800 a month.
Especially if you're that first-time buyer that's got your heart set on, you know, a rocket ship, you know, or you know, a European import or something that just makes you look cool. Hey, no judging, look cool, but understand that car is going to be very expensive to maintain and very expensive to insure.
How much are you actually willing to pay to look that cool? Right?
And if you can, power to you.
Rock and roll. Rock and roll.
I would say let us know in the comments if you have any more questions on first-time buyer.
First-time buyer, tell us about your experience as a first-time buyer. Maybe about an experience you heard from a friend, family member that was horrible as a first-time
Or good.
buyer. Or that was great.
Yeah.
Or even better, for all of our Mark Otter Group customers out there, tell us about your first-time buying experience with us. Like and subscribe. Follow us. This is the Vehicles of the Valley podcast.
Thanks for being here, Cam.
Thanks, guys, for having me. I loved it.